Okay, I'm back with a new video, a new review. First time in a while. Um, and I'm already late. I usually do this challenge. I try to do it every year. Last week I was out of town. I didn't know it started, so now I'm back and just gonna jump in. Today's the 8th, and October 8th, a movie based on true events. And I chose a very controversial topic when it comes to true events. The fourth kind. Move that over. There we go. Oh, look at this. I'm back in my nobody freaking cares shirt for two reasons. This video and the next one I'm about to film. This first video is about aliens. The next, it's not Pride Month, but we had some news yesterday, and it's not good news. So I have to talk about it. Anyway, um, the fourth kind, I stayed away from this movie. Like I remember all it's 2009. I was just out of high school, man. I remember the marketing based on true events and all that. They're going to use actual like footage. It was they did when you play the movie. It opens with Amelia Ovich saying just that real footage, and like I'm enough to say it. I have a fear of gray aliens. I always have since ET. I got a whole part of my collection dedicated to gray alien movies to try to help my fear. And this being based on true events, the whole marketing thing, nah. That about the fact that it obviously wasn't like, and it became very controversial because of that. And the Conjuring, they do it too. That's arguable because Ella and Warren were very controversial themselves. So we'll get into that. But like, yeah, like the difference is where something like say the Blair Witch Project put up like a fake website with fake articles, keeping up with those fictional characters and their whereabouts. This movie, the studio published like I found out they published fake articles about these fictional characters but said they were written by actual newspapers, which is illegal, and they got sued for it. So I didn't know there was a whole rabbit hole, man. Before I get into the movie, like when I was looking this up, there were so many the fourth kind exposed videos. They lied to you. I knew that going in, all that stuff. But on the other side, there are people who love this movie. That's one thing I've been hearing. It's really good. Mila Jovovich, she's really good. She's really annoying in this movie. I'll tell you that now. She's the worst part of the whole movie. I like Mila Jovovich. I would happily take 15 more years of her as Alice in Resident Evil over whatever in the world she did here. I'm not a fan of whisper acting. I never will be. That was most of her performance. It grated on my nerves. It did. Give me Freddy Krueger with his nails on the chalkboard doing his thing over some whisper acting. Even when she was yelling her kid out or cussing out somebody, she was still whispering. I don't know how you do that. Like, no. Very few times do we hear her actual voice. And I get it, the character she's playing has been through some stuff and is going through more stuff. And the other person, her, um, we see the end result because they have the actual her in the movie or whatever. That's and that's just another actress, and she does a better job with the character than Emilia Jovovich does. Like, she also talks very low and everything, but she's going through stuff. Her health's deteriorating. It's her after, but you still like, was that her? Yeah, her. But you still understand what she's saying. You can still hear her. She's not doing no whisper thing. Ugh. Will Patton's in this. That was a surprise. And once again, he's playing a cop. Yeah. And if that weren't enough, takes place 25 years ago between October 1st and October 5th, 2000. Which is funny because Will Patton was in the Motley Properties, which I almost watched for this, which came out around that time, 2000. So yeah, he's like the best part of this movie. My goodness, if Mila Jovovich annoyed me with the whisper acting, Will Patton made up for it in spades by just yelling at her and everybody else because he's just trying to find out what happened to her husband, eventually her daughter. But he's not buying no alien thing. But he's not like Well, he does point blank say it's bullshit, but like he's not downplaying what he saw or anything, or at least he's not. He doesn't want to. He's trying to believe it, but he's trying to be logical and be a good cop too. So yeah, he's just awesome in this movie. Best part of this movie. Now, the other reason I stayed away from this movie, which I almost forgot, is because I heard you don't see the aliens as somebody who has a fear of them. I still like to see them. I'm still curious. Like it won't take much. It's just gonna be a classic. Great. I'll be good. Well, that's not true. You do sort of see him for a blip. It reminded me a lot of this. If you've seen X Files, you know what that is. You know the exact episode, season two, the finale, Little Green Men. The very first time we see an alien, it was epic. Completely changed the show. It really, really jumpstarted the whole alien mythology arc to the show. This is basically how they look in the movie. Sort of. You see less than that. It's darker, but it's like four of them. It's basically that. So they are in there, sort of. So yeah. After finally watching it, before I get into it, my overall thoughts, it was ass. Like three-fourths ass, but the last half of the third act was actually really damn good. It was weird. Whereas he finally stops whisper talking, he's yelling everything. Will Patch yelling at her. It's just goes to yeah, it's really good. Then the interview segment too to top it off, which by the way, the director and writer is the interviewer who's like bookending this whole thing. You see them throughout the real people, and he uses his real name by the way. So yeah, I thought that was a good touch. And throughout the credits, you hear a bunch of phone calls, people reporting seeing weird things. Some of them sound pretty messed up and convincing, but a lot of them do not. So yeah. Now I found this. Oh shit. There it is. Okay. This is where I got the idea. Six alien movies based on true stories that are out of this world. Okay. Let me see how this looks. Yeah, it looks fine. Looks fine. So it's a list of movies here, and like I was gonna do a Fire in the Sky, but I've seen that, and I wasn't about to watch it for like the fourth, fifth time because that scene there. No thanks. I'm good. I, like I said, I got a fear of gray aliens. This shit might have happened. I read about Travis Walton. I don't need to see that scene. Not right now. Like no. But the needles do hell no. And it's here. They tells you. They give you the movie. You know, really. I ain't never seen that before. It'll pop up left when I scroll. That's a new one. Well, yeah, it'll give you this. What the hell? Whatever. Um, it'll give you the name of the movie, Fire in the Sky, and it'll give you Hollywood's narrative, which is what the movie's about, and then what really happened. And I had fun reading these. Roswell, I was gonna do that, but it's not a horror movie. But it is to me because again, the gray aliens freak me out, and that scene is freaky to me. Uh, Nice guy, I was gonna do that. I've seen that too. The fourth kind. Okay, so Hollywood's narrative. Get this thing off the screen. I don't care about the quality. That is, man. I don't know what this is. It's annoying me. Oh my goodness. Okay. I swear I was doing this before. I don't even. That's okay. What in the world? I'm so sorry. That's what we gonna do. Oh my goodness. This is really annoying. That is. That's annoying. Like, it was not doing this earlier. Whatever. Okay. So Hollywood's narrative, which is what the movie's about, which, but at this point we all know they lied their asses off. Um, this thriller features Mila Jovovich, Charlotte Milcard, and Will Patton, set in Alaska. The film explores an area with a high number of mysterious abductions. A psychologist begins taping video sessions with some of her patients and discovers chilling evidence that supports the theory that the alien abductions do occur. And these extraterrestrial creatures might have been, might have even come for her already. What really happened? The fourth kind is loosely, and boy do we mean loosely, based on the series of disappearances in Nome, Alaska. So that part's true. The FBI, after a series of investigations, believes disappearances were the result of combining excessive alcohol use with harsh winter climates. Yeah, through family members, though family members suspect a serial killer was involved, according to the Anchorage Daily News. Despite claims that the film is based on a real psychologist's archival footage, that woman's an actress. She has an IMDb page, so the paper trail for said psychologist and footage has ran cold. Again, she's an actress with an IMDb page. I found it like that. Um, so while the movie is based on disappearances, they're likely not of the third kind. Kind. Apollo 18, which that's a whole thing within itself. Like, yeah, there's another one. I haven't seen that. I have it somewhere. The Fast of Night. Never even heard of this. But this seems even more loosely based on the aliens than the fourth kind. So yeah, they live on a TV screen. It's very clever, very clever. So yeah, I like this. Did a lot of work for me. The fourth kind, yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what it's about and everything. Thought I would share that. Oh goodness gracious, there it is. Okay. So yeah, the best part about this movie was Will Patton. The worst was Mila Jovovich. At least as this character as herself, she was fine. Yeah. Yeah, the other woman playing this doctor was better, in my opinion, way better. Like I actually had to look up some stuff. Like she was that convincing. Um, a lot of effort did go into this, so I'm not going to downplay that. Like just by watching, I could see, but they went way overboard with the whole based on true events thing. That's just not the case for the most part. Uh, Maybe it's because they knew this on its own. This was just almost okay, like until the very end. One thing I'll say positively is it looks better than I thought it would, largely because this is supposed to be found footage. Apparently, you see that? That ain't found footage. It reminds me of when George A. Romero did a found footage movie, The Diary of the Dead, I believe it's called. And the second you play it, you see the problem. It looks like any other George A. Romero movie. It doesn't at all look like found footage. So, like I didn't notice it was found footage until I looked into it. Like, yeah, that's a problem. I noticed the whole shaky cam thing or whatever. They'd be just sitting there having a conversation, the camera would just shake, but like, why? Unless the aliens were there, which they weren't. You know, it looked great though, like really good. Like, you know how horror movies, especially today, are like way too dark or way too like yellowish, like gold. And there's some of that in there, the yellowish gold, but it is very well lit, which I loved. I love the color scheme. Like, my goodness. This is '09, 16 years ago. Looks amazing. And the score's pretty good too, I'll give it that. Good score. Everything else, I just, no. I mean, minus me a little bit, the acting is great, it's really good. Um, I could ever say, like, She's trying to be this character. No, they got two women playing the same character. One of them's doing great. One of them is just annoying me. So, yeah. It's all about all I have for this movie. Like, I could have gone without seeing it. I mean, people say they like it. Awesome. I'm not one of those people. Um, but I'm not one of those people who's like, they got us, they fooled us. I knew full well what it was, even back then. Um, I'll just stick to close to counter third kind. I'll stick with that. At least the elements are in there. You can actually see them, make them out. Stuff like what they did. Anyway, that's all I have. Thank you for watching.